Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Okay, listen. If let me, because I want to let you guys know in ahead of time. Okay, I'm gonna be uploading. Okay, many videos, and if you feel like it's too much or whatever it is, honey, do what works for you. Okay, but every video I do, I know is a reason why my intuition is telling me to do it. Okay. And sometimes when I'm doing the videos, or sometimes when I get the download of the content to post, right? Sometimes I'm like, but why? Right? Like I ask my intuition, like, but why this video? Me uploading videos at times, and although I've been doing it for a minute, depending on what the discussion is about, right? Sometimes it could be uncomfortable, okay, but not this topic, okay. So, my oldest son had came to my house, okay, not too long ago, and me and him was talking, okay, and one of the things I tell my oldest children is to make sure that they always invest, okay. I don't care what you invest into, but make sure you invest. And the reason I always tell them this, okay, is because it doesn't matter how much money you are to receive from wherever, okay? Because, first of all, money is energy and money is a tool, okay? And the more you are investing in yourself, the more money you are able to to earn, okay? And one of the things that I honed in so much is what I had heard. I believe it was, I don't know if it was Zig Ziglar or Jim Rohn. And they said, if you help enough people, okay, with their problems, if you add enough value, okay, into the marketplace, into society or whatever, okay, you will automatically receive whatever it is that you desire. Okay. And so some of you guys, you see me doing these videos, okay? But at times the videos is for me. Okay? It's for me. And I say that because, you may feel like, it's times where it's not to be, braggadocious or anything like that, or speaking from ego is not none of those. But when some people send me a message and say, "Oh girl, I really needed to hear that video." A lot of times I needed to hear the video, okay? And the universe is so dope, okay? And this is what I mean when I say you will get the download, whatever download. When I first started, okay, I told you guys I did not know what my content was going to be about. I didn't even really understand the concept of content, okay? Only thing I knew was to make videos, okay? And as I accepted it, I said, all right, okay, I'm gonna make videos, okay, help people get out the matrix. I did not know exactly what, I just thought that it was going to be like kumbaya, okay? I was like so naive of not understanding that, oh, Dina, okay, you're gonna get these videos, you're gonna do these videos, but you getting out the matrix, okay? You're gonna have to do the test. You're gonna have to go through the test. And I didn't know exactly what the damn test was, okay? And my intuition, the download didn't say you're gonna have to go through the test. I just was like, after I had my spiritual awakening, I just was like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited, okay? I got a gift this year, okay? I got to let people know that, they don't have to continuously be and do the same exact thing like they have been for so many years, following tradition, following pathologies, following all these ideologies. They don't have to continuously do that. And so I was ecstatic. I was excited until I started going through the challenges, until I started going through the test. Their excitement, it then turned into, oh my goodness, this is serious. And so as I was coming from Walgreens, okay, and then going to the Dollar Tree, one of the things that hit me, I was listening to Jim Rohn, and one of the things he said, You are the master of your fate. You are not the victim of your circumstances. And I thought about that, and it was like everything just sort of clicked for me. And right right then and there, I started thinking about, me growing up in a certain type of way. Not victim, but me understanding why I needed to be born into the family, my family that I'm born into, that I was born into. Okay. Many times we just think that, oh, I just was born into the family, but that's not necessarily true. Okay. That is not necessarily true. All right. I remember growing up, okay, and I love my mother to the life of me, okay. But I remember growing up and I used to want my mother to be able to walk me to school. Okay. I used to want her to be able to walk me to school or, do certain things, right? Like you see the other kids, mothers, parents doing certain things and you say, Dag, I wish my mom was, able to do this, or I wish my mom would do this or whatever. It was like that. And I start looking at my life and I start understanding why I needed to grow through certain things that I experience. Okay. Prime example, when I'm going to pick my children up from school, right? That is something that at times, because it's like a large crowd, okay, and it's crowded, at times it's easier for me to say, all right, well, I'm just gonna stay, my children could walk, right? But I know how it feels, even though they won't say to me, like, well, my youngest daughter, she'll say, could you walk me? Could you walk us today? Or whatever it is like that. And as I was listening to Jim Rohn, I started thinking about, you are the master of your fate. And you do get to create your reality. And everything that you've been through up into this point, okay, it is there as a test. And you have the power to pass the test. Oftentimes we say, well, I want everything in my life to change, but you don't move. And comfort and growth, they don't live on the same exact block. So if you're a person that you say, well, you know what, I just want to be comfortable. I just don't want to do anything to grow because it's frightening. And I get it. I get it. Okay, because I'm not going to be on here saying, oh, well, it's just easy. It's some challenges that I do. It's some challenges that I have done that I was a little afraid. Okay, I was a little afraid to do them. But each and every time that I did them, your confidence, it goes up like no other. The reason being is because you kept your commitment to yourself. And oftentimes we keep the commitment with other people, but the commitment that we made to ourselves, oftentimes you may not necessarily keep it. And so if you want to know how to build your confidence, how to increase the self-confidence, keep your commitment to yourself. And it can be something so small, something so small. Is the type, the person that says they want their life to change, and then the person who actually says they want their life to change and they actually do something in order for them to receive that change. And it's all about choices. That's what it's all about. It's all about, some people will say, you'll have a mentor or a coach or whatever it is. And that mentor or coach, they'll say, all right, well, read this chapter, read just one chapter, right? And then you can see if you are really ready for whatever it is that you ask for. You can see. You can see if, because success leaves clues. And every time you do something, it's almost like you could predict success. you could predict it. And what I mean by predict it, I know that there's no future. Okay. Now to the person that's out there that's like, girl, what are you talking about? There's a future. Actually, there's no future. The future is created in the here and the now moment. So whatever you do in this here now moment, that echoes into your future. And so I know by me reading and I know by me applying what I have read into my life, okay, I know that my life is going to change. I know that I'm going to be successful. It's not somebody have to tell me that. I know that. Because one thing that I know is the seeds that you tend to plant into this universe, you reap the harvest. And I don't give a damn what type of seeds that they are. You could plant procrastination and keep putting things off and saying, well, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it next week. I'm gonna do it the following week. When you get that download, it's best to do it now. Because what's that's going to start doing is going to start setting up this discipline. And one of the things that I got from Jim Rohn was, he says, whenever you get an idea, it's called action pronto. Action pronto. Like you gotta move on. You gotta move on it. And earlier I did a video about the intuition. Okay, we all have intuition. The only thing is, are you listening to your intuition? That's what you have. That's what you have to ask yourself. And success is a decision away. It's just a decision away. A decision of you putting off. So, for instance, right? You can say, and some people say, well, you could do this in moderation or whatever it is like that. You do what works for you. But you can say, all right, I'm gonna watch TV all day, okay? And then later on I'm gonna read, okay? And then you get so caught up in watching someone else's life that guess what? Time is passing you by and your life is not even where you want your life to be. Or your desires, you're not even manifested your desires. The desires that you may have. Why? Because instead of you giving your energy to your life, you're giving your energy to someone else's life. And so what really got me was, as I was walking and I was listening to Jim Rohn, and when he said, you are the master of your fate and not the victim of your circumstances. I just like immediately I felt this like, oh my goodness, is so like it's so true. You could either be one or the other. But as long as you feel like you are the victim, life is going to continuously give you victim circumstances. It's going to continuously give you victim circumstances. And so I know why I needed to be born into the family I was born into. I remember hearing my grandmother when I was a kid, and she would say, she don't know necessarily what to say, to people like if certain people if it was like a person she didn't know necessarily what to say to them or whatever. I remember conversations like that. And then my mother would say sort of the same exact thing. And so what the personal development videos do for me is not just about me listening to them, but is more so about me understanding I have the ability to change my life. It's about me understanding that, whatever the cycle has been for generations, that I don't have to subscribe to that cycle. That I can do something different because, I deserve different, but also because I know my children is watching me. And when I accept myself and when I accept certain things that may be challenging to me, and I accept that, and I'm patient with myself, I could be patient with my children. And it's not about being perfect or anything like that. It's about me looking at my life and saying, like, how are we going to move the needle? And you have the ability to move the needle. It takes a decision, just a decision. And I'm not going to say it's so easy, okay? Because if it was so easy, I guarantee you it would be so many people that are willing to change their lives. But what I come to realize, the people that feel like a victim, okay, of their circumstances, for them it's easier to blame someone else than to take responsibility. Because as long as they blame someone else, guess what? They don't have to look at themselves in the mirror and fess up to their part, to their role. And if you want self-discipline, you have to take accountability and responsibility of your life. Because this is your life. And what does that mean when you take in accountability and responsibility for your life? It means when things happen, okay, and things occur, it is about how you react to them. You could look at it as things working in your life, or you could look at it like, that the glass is half empty. Me personally, I like looking at it like the glass is half full, and I want to add some more content up in the glass so it could become even fuller. Okay? That's just how I feel. Okay? All right? But whatever it is in life that you decide, whatever it is, you only have to do something small. Something small. Just make a decision. In a book by Tracy, is it Brian Tracy? Brian Tracy. Okay, in that book, one of the things, hey Philip, peace to you, baby, peace to you. One of the things that Brian Tracy says, and no excuses, he says, is either you are going to work towards your goals, or you are going to work towards someone else's goals to help them establish their goals. And it's true. It's true. See, it's all about the decision. I remember when I first made an investment, right? And it was with Bob Proctor, okay? And I remember when I made that investment, and I was so terrified. And I told Bob Proctor's consultant, Andres, I said, I'm really, really afraid, okay? I think it's Brian Tracy. One second. Let me see if I could. Yeah, Brian Tracy. And I made that investment. One of the things that after I made the investment, right? So the investment was $7,500, okay? And I had put down $2,000 because I was afraid. I was afraid of, and I think a lot of times we say, well, I'm afraid of it's not working. I don't think it's necessarily like you afraid of it not working. I think at times we afraid of of the working. Like we're afraid that it may work. We're afraid of, that we are going to be successful. I think it's more so that, okay, because you already know what it's like to be, living for paycheck to paycheck. You already know what that's like, okay? But when you start doing something different, something out of the ordinary, okay, then it's like you afraid of the unknown because you can't control the unknown. Okay, it's you just stepping into the unknown. You can't control it. And so that's the part that a lot of times that people tend to be afraid of it working. Yes, absolutely, Kelly. Afraid of is actually working, not afraid that it may not work. Okay, and I remember when I made the investment, and I had told Bob Proctor's consultant, I said, I'm a little afraid, and whatever. I was extremely afraid. Okay. And one of the things Andrea said, Bob Proctor's consultant, he said, it's normal for you to be afraid. He was like, you know, you're doing something you never done before. And when he said that, and he was like, you know, it's like you showing the universe that you really do want change. And I when he said that, I just was like, yeah, okay. Like, you know, I didn't like really buy into like he said, oh, you showing the universe you want change. I said, yeah, you know, okay. But it's actually true. Remember what I said a few videos ago? I said, whenever you in the book, The Alchemist. Now, I'm not sure if Ralph Smart said it or if Pablo Coelho said it, okay? But in the book, it talks about, let me wait till the sweep will go. So, in the book, The Alchemist, okay, I believe Pablo Coelho said this, okay? When you follow your heart, the universe works. When you follow your heart, the universe conspires to work in your favor, okay? And I can't tell you how many times, as though I listen to my intuition, right? Following my heart. How many times things just is almost like magic, right? You know, Harry Potter type mess, right? It's almost like things just magically go together, right? It's like, you know, you at the right place at the right time. You get what I'm saying? Like the right people are there. You get what I'm saying? It's like everything just fits. It's like the perfect shoe. You get what I'm saying? Like Cinderella, okay? Like the perfect shoe, okay? It's like everything just go together perfectly. And that just comes from being obedient. That's what that comes from. In the book, Prosperity Bible, okay? I'm gonna read, you know what? I'm gonna make it my business to read this every day. Every day. Every day I'm gonna read it. Being the fact that I gotta read it anyway in the mornings, I made a vow to myself, okay? And at night, I said I'll read it every night. But every morning, when I come on here, I'm gonna read this book every morning because I want you to get this into your subconscious mind. I want you to start understanding that there is a power that is willing to work with you if you work with it. If there is a power that if you obey these laws of this here universe, okay, your life, it will be like magic. It's gonna be like magical. And I don't know all the laws of the here universe, okay? And you don't need to know them verbatim, like all the laws and, you know. But what you need to know is how you feel. Because the feeling that we tend to feel is like a direct correlation on if we are in harmony with the laws of the universe or if we are not in harmony. Like when you eat certain foods, how it make you feel. You know, some people say niggaitis, okay? You still got to go on tired, okay? Because you don't put all that food in your body, okay? And I ain't calling nobody out. I'm just saying, all right? And so that would show a sign of that you in violation. I remember the other day listening to Bob Proctor. One of the things he said was, he said, when your body is tired, he said that is a sure sign that is you are violating the laws of this universe. When your body, like when your body is tired, when you know you're not getting enough rest or whatever it is a sure sign. And another thing, like what we've been programmed to believe, right? Many of us to hustle, work so hard, okay? And if you work so hard, then you'll be successful. But that's not necessarily true. Because there's people who have 2 and 3 jobs, and I mean they working harder than hard, okay, and they not successful. And in some cases, they live in paycheck to paycheck, even with the 3 jobs. So it's not about you working so hard. And one of the things that in the book Napoleon Hill, okay, Think and Grow Rich. One of the things he says is think and grow rich. You ever notice that? Think and grow rich is not hustle bustle. It's not, working till you die. Is not is none of those things. Is think and grow rich because it's 95% about mindset. And if your mindset isn't right, guess what? Nothing's really gonna work because your mind, it has to be right. Your mind, like it's like I remember hearing Earl Nightingale say this. He said the things that come so easy or that are free is almost like we sort of like we take advantage, like not take advantage of it, but it's almost like we really don't care about it, right? Like the things that's free, right? Like you have the ability to evolve your mind, right? You have the ability to read the books. You have the ability to be around successful people. And if you can't be around successful people, because I used to hear this when I first would be watching the YouTube and personal development, and they would say the mentors and stuff like that, and I used to be like, I don't know no successful person personally like a mentor, right? And sometimes what tends to happen is the people on the internet, like I would say Zig Ziglar, okay, Zig Ziglar, I would say Bob Proctor, I would say Les Brown, I would say Lisa Nichols, Infinite Waters, I would say all of those are my mentors or was my mentors, okay, because is from their teachings that I looked at and I said, oh my goodness. It's like you hear something and then you have the ability. If somebody is saying, this is what I did to change my life, and you see that they are successful, you have one or two choices. Either you can listen to them or you can say, you know what, now I ain't gonna listen to that. And you can tell exactly where you are. You can tell exactly where you are. If you read the book, like you said you was gonna read the book, then it shows that you want more from life. But if you say stuff to yourself like, oh, I'm gonna read the book, and you don't read it, you don't even crack the book open, you don't even look at it, then you have to be honest with yourself. And the only way that your self-confidence goes up is when you keep your commitment to yourself. When you say you're gonna do something and you actually follow up with it. The quickest way for your confidence to go up is by you challenging yourself. That's how. When I used to get in a mirror, and I would say this, when I first started saying the affirmations, and I would look in the mirror and I say, I am so confident. I am so confident. I am so loved. I am abundance. I am beautiful. I am kind. I am peace. I am abundant. I am sexy. I am gorgeous. Right. And I would say these things, right? I am smart. I am intelligent. I am love. I am peace. And I just keep saying these things. And one of the things that you have to understand, and I talk about the subconscious mind so much, okay? Because when you put in these tapes, these new tapes in, like in the words of Bruce Lipton, okay? You got to take the old cassette out. You're nobody. You're not smart. You're not beautiful. You got to take that tape out. Okay. And in order for you to put a new cassette tape in, you have to tell yourself, you have to affirm yourself. And the reason why you are looking for other people validation is because you refuse to seek your own goddamn validation. Because someone once told you when you was looking in the mirror and you said that you was beautiful, they said, you don't say that to yourself. You let somebody else say that. And so you've been walking around trying to figure out why your self-esteem is a certain type of way, or why you see and view yourself a certain type of way. And the reason you do it is because of what you've been programmed to believe. Kelly, I listen to positive affirmations. Yes, is so good. Especially listening to the positive affirmations and then like doing them, getting in the mirror and doing them is game changer. When I first started doing the positive affirmations, I did not believe it. I did not believe it. It felt, and I didn't understand it at first. Like I felt uncomfortable. And it would be like, damn, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't feel like doing this. Sometimes, a lot of times, you would say, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like, not today, right? But it's because of the paradigm. It's because you're doing something different. It's because you going against that belief system that you had in your mind. And the eyes are the windows to the soul. And so when I would tell myself I am confident, right? And I would walk, head held high, okay? Held all the way up, okay? And this is, some people you conceited, right? Those are the people that are insecure, okay? But head high to the sky, okay? And I would walk with my head held high. And what I started noticing was, from me saying that I'm going to do something, I actually did it. And one of the things I remember, I had heard this young lady, and she was on TED Talk. And one of the things she said was, she was saying that it's not that successful people aren't afraid. Like whenever they doing a challenge, like the fear, it presents itself. But they still do it. And when I heard that, I said, oh, right? Because we've been so programmed to think like, well, it's nothing to be afraid of, right? Don't be afraid. And you know what? Half of the times the people that's saying don't be afraid of certain things, those are the ones that's not doing it. Have you ever noticed that? The ones that say, oh, don't be afraid of this, and it's not the be afraid. And I guess they say that in a sort of way to like comfort. But half of the times they ain't doing shit. They ain't doing nothing. So they telling you not to be afraid of something, okay, that is, you are challenging yourself. And they telling you not to be afraid of it because they don't challenge themselves. And so they don't know what it feels like. You have two sets of people. The ones that look at life and say, you know what, I'm ready for the challenge. It may feel a little fear, but they ready. And then you have the ones that says, you know what, it's because of X, Y, and Z. That's why things don't work out. And you just have to ask yourself which person you are. Which person you are. Let me get this book. 1 second. Ooh. Okay, again, I highly recommend you guys. How many of you guys, I wonder, went and brought the book? Okay, how many of you guys went and actually got the book? Okay, and this is what I mean when I say, if you really want your life to change, you are going to start doing things differently. So if someone says, well, this is how I changed my life, right? Well, this is what I did. This is how I keep upbeat. This is how I see the glass, damn near full, okay? This is what I tend to do on a daily basis, okay? And if the person is saying it, and a part of you, right? Because you can always use your discernment. You can always see if this person, if they lying or not, okay? Because we have that discernment, we have that intuition within us, right? Now, if a person is saying it, you have the ability. See, some people there say, well, this person is lucky, like this person, they have the car, they have the house, they have the clothes. It seems like they, have a perfect family or whatever it is. There's people will say that, but it would be the same as that people who have watched my journey, and I say the books I have read. I say the audios that I had listened to. In fact, I'll put some videos on this thing, because I really don't give a damn who you get the message from. That I don't care who you get the message from to change your life. I really don't care. What I care about is you looking at your life and saying, you know what, I have the ability to change my life. That's what I care about. That's what I care about, because you do have the ability to change your life. You do have the ability to change your life, no matter what. No matter what shows up. Okay? And so the Prosperity Bible, get it from Amazon, okay? I don't know if Barnes and Nobles have this, but they should. But is a great book. And the reason it's a great book, because you know how, first of all, it has Napoleon Hill in here. Okay, Think and Grow Rich. Okay. Then it has Benjamin Franklin, James Allen. Okay. James Allen, I believe he wrote As a Man Thinketh. Okay. Then it has Wallace Watlers. Okay. Wallace Watlers, The Science of Getting Rich. Okay. Is a science to it. All right. Then we have Ernest Holmes. I'm not sure if Ernest Holmes wrote The Master Key. All right. Then we have Florence Shinn. Now, the book that is so many books in one big book, okay? And the first person I ever heard mention this book, the only person I ever heard mention this book, was Miss Iyanla Vanzant. I was listening to a video of hers, and she had pulled this book out. And I said, damn, that book big, all right? And she was saying, like, why a lot of people, right, back in the day, right, with our ancestors and stuff like that, like why in some cases they would not be successful, I guess. And she would say, because I guess like the literature, right, the reading and not being able to read or whatever it was, something like that. Okay, I'm paraphrasing here. But when she pulled this book out, I immediately put the book in my Amazon cart. And this is what I mean when I say taking radical action. This is what I mean. Remember what I said about what Jim Rohn said. He said, action pronto. Action pronto is like this. And Brian Tracy says the same exact thing. When your intuition is telling you something, okay, when you receive a download, like when I seen Miss Iyanla Vanzant pull this book out, okay, I said, she's rather successful, okay, and I love her work. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna order this book, okay, I'm gonna order this book, and I got the book. I did not say, all right, oh, she pulled out that book. What a big book. Damn, that book big. I wonder what's in the book. No, I said, you know what? I'm going to order the goddamn book. I put it in my goddamn Amazon cart and I ordered it. And that's what I do. When successful people say stuff, I order the books. Okay? I order the books. That's what I do. And I read the books. And then I apply it. But this book, okay, I'm going to be honest. I had this book for about 2 years. Okay? I believe it was 2 years. And when I first had the book, okay, I read probably like a page or two, and I would read it here and there, okay, until one day, okay, I had heard someone else who was successful, who talked about the science of getting rich. And I said, well, I believe that's in the Prosperity Bible, this book right here, okay? And behold, it was in the Prosperity Bible. And then I had heard this same successful person talk about the master key. How this person went from being broke, okay, and wanting to earn only $2,000 a week. A week. And this was way back, a while ago. Right? Wanting to earn, he said if he could just earn $2,000 a week, it would have been it. But he said what he did was he kept reading The Science of Getting Rich, okay, by Wallace Wattles, and he kept on reading The Master Key, okay? And The Master Key is in here. How about I didn't even know The Master Key was in here until one day my intuition, okay, told me to go to Walgreens. I went to Walgreens, didn't really necessarily want to go to Walgreens, but I went to Walgreens, listened to my intuition, came back, and I went through the book, and it was almost like freaking magic. I went through the book, and as I'm going through the book, right, I see the goddamn master key. And I said, wait, so this is like all the stuff that it has in here, okay? So if you're looking for a book that is, like if you're looking for a book that has multiple authors and everything in there, I recommend this book. I highly recommend it. Now, listen, you could get it, you don't get it. I mean, the choice is yours. You do what works for you, okay? But I love reading a book because when I read this book, right, it's the same. It's the same exact effect it has on me when I listen to personal development. It's the same exact effect. The only difference is like when I read in a book, it's like my imagination is really more at work. Okay. And that's what the books do for me. It stimulates my imagination. It gets me into that creative mindset of me looking at my life and me, like a kid, right? And that's where imagination stems from childhood. So if you have any wounds or anything pertaining to childhood or whatever it is like that, in some cases, like if your childhood the innocence they say was somebody took them or tried to take them or whatever it is like that, and in some cases, this is what I heard, in some cases it can be like your imagination, because you look like the innocence that was with you when you was a child, right? That creativity, the imagination, the play mode, all those things, right? It gets you to create. And so if your innocence was, somebody tried to rob you of your innocence, right? And I don't care for saying rob you, but if you get what I'm saying. Then I had heard that sometimes you really gonna have to get over that hump, right? Like to sort of forgive yourself and forgive the person. Okay. And I'm no therapist or anything like that. But one thing that I do know is the more you keep the venom within you, the venom, it kills you. It doesn't kill the other person. You get what I'm saying? So, you can say, well, this person violated me, this person, did all of that. But the more you keep that within you, it doesn't necessarily affect the other person. Okay. So yeah. So let me see. The game of life and how to play. Okay, so it say, may each reader be now freed from that thing which has held him in bondage through the ages, standing between him and his own, and know the truth which makes him free to fulfill his destiny, to bring into manifestation the divine design of his life. Health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Okay, so when people say the renewing of the mind, okay, that means that the stuff that you had learned that's not working in your goddamn life, okay, you got to renew it. Okay, and how are you going to goddamn renew it? You're going to do the things that are different. You're not going to do the same exact thing. You're going to do things that's different. So you're going to get the books. You're going to listen to the audio. You're going to listen to the cassette tapes or whatever it is. Not cassette tapes, but whatever, you're going to listen to those things. Why? Because goddamn it, you deserve it. Why? Because you deserve a better life. Why? Because you was created to do something and you did not come here to just goddamn pay no goddamn bills. Okay. Now, if you think that of yourself, okay. Now, if you just think that you came to this here goddamn planet and out of all the billions, okay, all the billions that could have been here to sperm, and you was chosen, and you really believe Source just put you here, okay, just for you to pay bills? You don't see nothing wrong with that. I know I goddamn did. I know goddamn I did. I seen something wrong with that. My intuition even goddamn knew something was wrong with that. My spirit even said, girl, you did not come here for that. I knew something was goddamn wrong with it. Didn't quite know exactly what was wrong with it, okay? Or what was going, but I knew, I said, goddamn it, I know this. It was just like, it was like the veil was being lifted slowly off my goddamn eyes. It was just, I know I didn't come here for this. You mean to tell me, okay, out of all the places I could have goddamn been, you mean I came here for this? To work and pay? I did not come here for this. And no matter how many people would say, people would say, you lazy, okay, you this, you that, because you see something wrong with this fucking system. And so they'll tell you, they'll say, oh, well, you know what? You just don't want to work. It ain't that you just don't want to work. It's because it's something else that's within you that know that you came here to do something goddamn else, and your spirit is constantly trying to tell you. But you listening to this person that's telling you you just don't want to work. I had this. I'm gonna get back to the book, but I had this passenger, right? Lovely lady. I lost contact with her. Her and her son. She's so phenomenal. What was her name? Was it Monica? Oh my goodness, she was so lovely. And me and I was about the same age, right? And I remember I told her she got in my car. I was taking her probably. She was leaving from Newark. If you know New Jersey. Okay, I'm from New Jersey. Okay, just FYI. Okay, I'm from New Jersey. Okay, I'm a Jersey girl. Okay, and so she lived in Newark, like in a condo. And she got in the car, and me and her, we started to talk, okay? And she was telling me about her job. So she was a secretary, right? For this lady, okay? It's this company. She was a secretary. And the company, it was like a successful company or whatever. And this lady, she told me that the lady would treat her like absolutely like shit, just treat the way the lady would talk to her, she just fell, and very smart, very bright, I mean absolutely gorgeous, okay? And I was saying to her, I was saying like, why do you just allow the lady to and she was telling me like, she was saying like sometimes she be wanting to quit, all these different things, but her friends be telling her like, girl, stay at that job, you get paid good, just sell out. Okay, I apologize, okay, just sell out, okay? Because I get it, well, I don't know, but if someone is talking to you like shit constantly, right? What I believe is sometimes in the universe, right? The universe, it'll test us, okay? You can say, well, I'm confident about who I am, or I have boundaries, or whatever it is. And then you will be tested to see if what you say, if you really actually mean what you say, right? And so me and her stayed in contact. And I was telling her about how I went to go see Lisa Nichols, and she was like, "Oh my goodness," she was like, "Oh, I want to go see Lisa Nichols." And me and her, we just had a beautiful dialogue. It was really, really good. And so we stayed in contact and stuff like that. Well, a few months later, okay, she quit her job, right? She quit her job and she had to move in with her sister, okay? Do you listen to Pillars of Faith? I never heard Pillars of Faith, Kelly. But I check it out. Um, but she quit her job, okay? And so since she quit her job, she had to move from the condo that she was living in, and she moved in with her sister. And people was telling her that she was crazy, she shouldn't have quit the job or whatever it is like that. But one of the things that you have to understand is source. Oftentimes people think, well, I get the security from the job. You get a check from the job, okay, for the energy, okay. You don't get security from the job. That is wrong. You don't get security from the job. There's no security in no job, okay. You want to know what is security in your goddamn gift? That's where the security is. The security is your gift. The security is your purpose. Okay, that's where the security is. Okay, and so if you're a person that's living like, well, I get the security, honey. They could tell you tomorrow that you're going. And so I was so excited because she chose herself, and I lost contact with her. But she was such a phenomenal person. And I remember she said, she was like, you know what? And I was telling her about the network marketing I was doing at that time. And she was like, she left the job and she had to move in with her sister, her son. And I was proud of her because, yeah, she gave up her condo and stuff like that. But let me tell you something, when you choose you and you follow your heart, you'll be something bigger and better will come. Okay? Oftentimes you falling for the low hanging fruit because you like, oh my goodness, this is the first time I lived here, or this is the first time I made this amount of money, or whatever it is like that. But you got to ask yourself, is it interrupting your sanity? Is it interrupting your spirit? And you would have to make that choice and that decision. But to stay somewhere, there's a law in this universe is called the vacuum law, right? And so the vacuum law it states whatever is not serving you, you have to get rid of it. Okay? And you have to get rid of it so you can put something else that you desire in its place. So if you have chairs, okay, that you need to get rid of, and I'm talking to myself on this one, okay, and you need to get rid of, honey, get rid of those chairs. And you may say, well, where the hell is the money gonna come from for me to get new chairs? You be surprised how this dang here works. The money gonna come from where the money is. And that's another thing. You getting caught up on how it's gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? I can't see it happening. Only thing you have to do is follow these laws of this here universe, and you be surprised how things work. It's so many times where it's though, I give this example a lot because it really when I think about it, I just get like so blown away, like, oh my goodness. Like I remember this one time, one year I said I wasn't doing no taxes and stuff like that. I said, I didn't work that much, and all these different things. I had unemployment a little bit. I said, I'm not doing, and my oldest son kept saying, no, dude, go file your taxes. And I kept saying, I said, no, I'm not, I'm not filing no taxes. Honey, I went to the accountant to file my taxes. I made more. I believe that year it was 11,000. Okay. I made more working less than I did working more. Okay, so much so that I told the accountant, I said, I went to H&R Block. I said, She said, you want the protection thing? I said, yeah, because shit, they ain't coming for me. They ain't coming. Put that down, okay? Because I was like, oh my, I was fascinated. Like, oh my goodness, I only work a certain amount. So when I tell you, okay, when you start doing the work of source, when you start following your intuition, when you start doing the work, you be so surprised how these things turn out. You be so surprised how the money just appear. So surprised. I remember listening to Dr. Miles Monroe. And one of the things Dr. Miles Monroe said, he said, is for God's sake for you to be successful. It's for God's sake for you to be wealthy. And the only thing you have to do is do the thing that you was created to do. Follow your heart. Find out what that thing is that you're passionate about. I remember in school, the teachers always said I talked a lot. Every goddamn time I turned around was on my goddamn report card. I talked so much. Okay? And I used to be afraid to get a whooping. Okay? But every time you turned around, every teacher I damn near had said I talked a lot. Okay? That was always on my report card. I talk a lot. Could you tell? Could you tell? Okay. Been on here for 56 minutes. Okay. All right. And all the time it was on my goddamn report card. Who knew? All right. So listen. Denials and affirmations. Okay. This is the part that's good. God is my unfailing supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly under grace and perfect ways. For right conditions. Every plan my Father in heaven has not planned shall be dissolved and dissipated, and the divine idea now comes to pass. For right conditions. Only that which is true of God is true for me. For I and the Father are one. For faith. As I am one with God, I am one with my good. For God is both the giver and the gift. I cannot separate the giver from the... What I say about your gift? For right conditions, divine love now dissolves and dissipates every wrong condition in my mind, body, and affairs. Divine love is the most powerful chemical in the universe and dissolves everything which is not of itself. For health, divine love floods my consciousness with health, and every cell in my body is filled with light. For my eyesight, my eyes are God's eyes. I see with the eyes of spirit. I see clearly the open way. There are no obstacles on my pathway. I see clearly the perfect plan for guidance. I am divinely sensitive to my intuitive leads and give instant obedience to thy will. Okay, so thy will, intuition, obedience. Okay, if you want things to work out, okay, trust your intuition. You're gonna have people telling you all types of stuff. They gonna say that ain't gonna work. And these the same exact people that that's not doing nothing with their lives. They gonna tell you it's not gonna work. They gonna laugh at you when you get in that goddamn mirror and be affirming yourself like my two oldest children used to do me. Okay, they gonna tell you it's gonna be all these different things. But okay, what really matters and what really is going to do it for you is you made a decision. You made a decision to follow your heart. Okay? You could have just brought into the system and gave up on life like other people and be a goddamn a pessimist. Okay? See the goddamn glass half empty. You could have did that, but you didn't. You didn't, because you believed in yourself and you believe in yourself. And so that's why you're going to do the work. That's why you're going to do something different. Because you see that you deserve it. That's why. Okay? All right. So for the hearing, my ears are God's ears. I hear with the ears of spirit. I am non-resistant and I'm willing to be led. I hear glad tidings of great joy. For right work, I have a perfect work in a perfect way. I give a perfect service for perfect pay. For freedom from all bondage, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. Yeah, if you have some goals and some desires, the things you desire, and say for instance, right, like I had joined this network marketing. I had joined this content creation, this mindset group with Peach McIntyre, right? And like in that space, I share my goals, right? Like what I want for my YouTube channel and all these different things. I share that, right? Because is the atmosphere for me to do so, right? Because it's the group about content and is about mindset around forming content, right? Now, with people that don't see certain things for themselves, and it could be family members, I won't share it with them. The reason being is because they don't see it for themselves. So if they don't see it for themselves, god damn it, they damn sure ain't gonna see it for me. Okay, that's just how it works. If a person don't think they're beautiful, they're not going to think you're beautiful in majority of the cases. If a person if they think that they can't be successful, oftentimes they make comments like, why you reading it? Why you listening to that again? Why you going there? They'd be asking, in the words of Bob Proctor, they demonstrate their ignorance by the questions that they ask. Okay. And so if it's a group pertaining to goals and desires and manifestation and stuff like that, I share with that group. But if it's somebody that's in my family, I perhaps wouldn't share it with them, depending on which family member it is. Because if they can't see it for themselves, they damn sure ain't gonna see it for me. And that's just the way it is. Okay. But getting back to this, okay, so the science of getting rich, okay, is very, very short. The science of getting rich and as a man thinketh, very, very short. Do you still listen to her? Listen to who? Kelly. All right, so while Kelly, right, who she talking about? I don't know if you're talking about Miss Iyanla Vanzant um or who. So the funny thing about this, okay, so I told you guys about the story, right, with the guy who said about the science of getting rich, right? Yusuf Al, okay, he's on YouTube, High Frequency Radio, and he talked about the science of getting rich, and he talked about the master key, right? And he said he read the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, and he read the Master Key by, I believe it's Ernest Holmes. Oh, Peach. Yeah, well, I'm in her class. And the reason, so this is the thing, okay? It's some successful people, right? And when you see they success, right? For me, okay. I see Peach's success, okay. That she had 500 and something, whatever. And I also know that, it was some things, what happened, with her family, right? That's not my business, okay, when it comes to that. But she's a phenomenal business person. I mean, like when it comes to content, okay, like putting the content out and giving you advice and some points and stuff like that. That's what I experience, okay. When she tell you, you need to do X, Y, and Z on your platform and stuff like that. And sometimes when because I think about 3 of her programs or whatever, and maybe 4. Okay. And when she says certain things, at times I would be like, that don't make sense though. Right. But then what I start realizing, like I said earlier, when you pay a coach or you pay someone, okay, that is where you say you want to be, you have one or two choices. Either you could listen to their advice when it comes to content or whatever type of coach you paid for, okay? You can either listen to it or you can say, you know what, that don't work and I'm not gonna do it, or you do it. So, it's always about the choice is yours. Okay. All right. So, The Science of Getting Rich, okay, by Wallace Watlers, and The Master Key by Ernest Holmes. I believe Ernest Holmes wrote The Master Key. Hold on now. Wait 1 second. Oh, no, it's Charles Hannell. Honey, honey, I'm saying it's Ernest Holmes, okay? It wasn't no darn Ernest Holmes, it was Charles, okay? Charles wrote the Master Key System, okay? All right, so the guy I listen to, right? And this is what I mean about success leaving clues and things just connect. This is what I mean. Remember I told you that my intuition had told me to go to the store, right? Go to Walgreens. And when I went to Walgreens, I was listening to Yusuf L. And he was saying about and this is how things tend to work, okay? The book will be pointed out to you just as sure as, honey, I'm telling you, this thing, you attract it. You attract it into your life. I guarantee. Like if you are saying you don't. One of the things Jim Rohn said, he said you don't pursue success, right? You don't pursue success. In other words, you don't go after the success or whatever it is. You just start doing the work, so to speak, what Miss Iyanla Vanzant said. You do the work on yourself, okay? And you start reading the books, doing all these different things, and before you know it, your life is going to change instantly. Well, but it's going to change. Why? Because you did the work. And this is the manifestation of the success. Okay? Because you did the work. You put the time in, the dedication in, the tears in, okay? The late nights in. You did the work. And so I remember I was coming from Walgreens and I'm listening to Yusuf L, okay, from High Frequency YouTube. And I'm listening to him. And he was talking about consumer law, okay? And that's really what was the purpose. I was listening to him about pertaining to consumer law. But anywho, somebody asked him, they said, it was a guy who asked him, they was talking about Yusuf L glasses, right? And they was like, oh, those glasses are really nice. And he was saying like, he spent like $500, $400 or $500 on the glasses. Very nice. They was nice, okay? And so somebody asked him, they said, did you endorse that bill for your glasses? And Yusuf L said, what you mean endorse the bill? He was like, no, I didn't endorse it. Why would I endorse the bill for my glasses when these the glasses that I chose and I like them? He was like, you don't endorse every bill that you get. He was like, it's nothing in this here universe that you're going to get for free. And let me tell you something. Okay, in the words of Earl Nightingale, one of the things he said, you see lonely walkers and people who try to beat the system. Okay, listen to this. He said, you see lonely walkers and people who try to beat the system by trying to take the shortcut. Okay, by trying to take the shortcut in life. He said, you do not make money, you earn money. He said the only people who make money is the ones who work in a mint. Okay, M-I-N-T. Okay, in a mint. Okay. He said those are the only ones who make money. Okay, the ones that work in a mint. And he said you can see that they try to get ahead in life by taking a short route. Okay, getting back to Yusuf L and what he said. So one of the things he said was he used to have a poverty mindset. Okay, and what happened to him was this. He said he started reading. Well, it was a drug dealer. Okay, that he seen that was a part of the neighborhood or whatever, and he said he was fascinated because he was like, oh my goodness, like he got this nice car. And I believe he said Yusuf Al was like, I believe he said he was at the time 22, 23. And he said this guy had a beautiful car, the whip, it was like all custom made. Like, he was like, you could tell this cat, his words, you could tell this cat put some money in his car, right? And he said his only desire or goal was, he was like, if I could just make $2,000 a week, he was like, that would be it. Like, $2,000 a week. And it was a rather okay. He said, if I could just make $2,000 a week, right? So what wound up happening was this. He said, Yusuf El said that he started reading The Science of Getting Rich. And he kept on reading it, right? Now, remind you, he said he had a poverty mindset, okay? Because of his upbringing, the way, I guess, he said he never wanted to live like he couldn't afford X, Y, and Z. So what wound up happening was this. He kept reading The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Oh, this is the master key. My bad. Honey, my bad. Okay? He was reading The Science of Getting Rich, okay? Let me see. All right, he was reading this, The Science of Getting Rich, okay? And these are the numbers that I put on the book, like on this chapter, because I want to know like how many times I read it, right? Because I said I'm going to read it 7 times. Something special with the number 7. Okay, seven times, right? And so he said he kept reading The Science of Getting Rich. I believe he said 7 times too, right? And he said then he read the Master Key System. And he said he kept reading it. And he said before he knew it, his income, remember his goal was to at least make $2,000 a week. Okay. He said he started making $5,000 a day. $5,000 a day. And he said it came from how he kept reading it. How he kept reading this. And so I was really fascinated and blown away because when I came home and I was going through the book, I didn't even realize that the Master Key System was in here. Because when I was out, I was like, oh, I gotta order the Master Key. He said he read the Master Key System. Let me order the Master Key. And when I came home and I went through this book, okay, and I said, let me read The Science of Getting Rich. I was doing a video, I believe. It was a Saturday morning. I was doing a video, a reel, and I went through the book, and I came across the Master Key System, and I said, what the? Because I just was like, oh my goodness. Here it was, my intuition told me to go to Walgreens, and I damn sure didn't want to go, but I went, okay? And then I'm coming home, and then I listened to Yusuf L. I'm listening to Yusuf L. as I'm walking, and then I'm coming home, and then he talks about all the books he read. The Science of Getting Rich. Okay, all right, that's in here. I know that's in here. And then he say the Master Key. And then I'm saying, all right, well, I got to order the Master Key. And when I get home, go through the book, the Master Key System is in this book. So when I tell you, if you think, okay, that there's not a power that's working for you, okay, that there's not a power that is working so you can manifest whatever your desires are by you following your heart and by you listening to your intuition, honey, I am here to tell you, if you believe there's not a source or whatever it is that is working in your favor, I am here to tell you, honey, you are sadly mistaken. And you may feel that way because you're not even following your heart. You're not even listening to what your intuition is saying. But I guarantee you, and I'm speaking from experience, if you listen to your heart, if you follow your intuition, your life it's like the path, right? You know, like Abraham Hicks says. She says your intuition, okay, source knows the easier route for you. If you listen to source, it knows which route you need to take and how to get to the thing that you desire, how to get to it. And isn't it fascinating, right? Like last night I was thinking about the content, the videos the ideas I gotta come up with, right? And it's so funny. And I tell you guys, I said this before in previous videos. I said, I never fall short on ideas. Whenever I make content, I never fall short. It's like, it could be something minute in a video, a personal development video, that I'm like, oh my goodness, I remember I did this and I applied to my life at X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh my goodness. So when you get started, everything will start coming to you. Everything could just be, it's almost like, it's really conspiring to work in your favor. The universe is really conspiring to work in your favor. You get started, everything, the ideas and everything just start popping into your mind. The people just start coming from different places. You're like, oh my goodness, okay, damn. You start looking at your life like, damn, this is really a setup for me to win. Because it is. Okay, because it is a damn setup for you to win. This life of yours is, listen, it can be such a beautiful thing or it could be a goddamn nightmare. But you choose. That and the people say, oh, but we got free will. You're right, we do have free will. We do have free will. But, okay, there's a conjunction. But free will do not exempt you, okay, if you violate these goddamn laws of this here universe. It does not exempt you. So if you say, oh, but I got free will to do whatever. Yeah, you do. Okay, you do have free will to do whatever you desire to do. But it's certain laws in this here universe. And if you go against or violate the laws, okay, then you have to deal with the consequences. And that's what I love about spirituality. See, I never understood. So spirituality for me, right? Hey, Miss Harden, peace to you, baby. Peace to you, peace to you. Spirituality, Miss Harden, I appreciate you, okay? Because, honey, all right, you be saying share the video or thumbs up, whatever. I so appreciate you. I appreciate you, okay? One of the things that you have to understand, I was going somewhere with this. Damn it. I forgot that train of thought. Okay. But I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Wait, I'm trying to find it. Well, can't find that thought. Honey, that thought done came and gone, okay? I don't know. But one of the things you have to understand, that there is divine timing, okay? You're not missing out on anything. No one can take it from you. What is yours, it is for you, okay? And there's the divine timing. So let me tell you, okay? Those seeds that you done been planting, honey, People done been looking at you. They've been saying like, damn, why don't you just get a goddamn job already? That's what they've been saying, okay? They've been saying, why don't you go get a goddamn job already? They've been saying they've been looking at you, and you've been saying, no, I'm just following my heart. Okay. I'm following my heart, and I'm doing the thing that I was created to do. Okay. I'm doing the thing that I was created to do, and you following your heart. Okay. And they keep telling you, they like, no, you go now, you grateful because you want Section 8. So you get to do so, right? You get to do it's like the universe it's like the universe knew exactly the path. Like, all right, is she gonna take this path or she's gonna take this path? All right, but let's set her up so we as though she could make the content, she could make the videos, and that could be, that's her passion and stuff like that. And we gonna conspire to work with her, okay? Because she's a phenomenal person. She just phenomenal. She's just amazing, beautiful person. So we gonna work with her, okay? She following her heart. She a little afraid to do certain things, but she doing it, okay? And we gonna set her up. We gonna set her up for success. That's what the universe is telling me. I don't know what the universe may be telling you, but that's what it's been telling me, okay? And so the universe is just working. It's just working, right? Making sure everything is going together, working the way it's supposed to be working, right? And then the universe knew it was going to be some haters, okay? It knew it was going to be some haters, okay? Some people that was going to say, dang, why you don't get a job yet? You ain't working like so many years, right? Which that was a lot, but hey, honey, tomato, okay? Whatever, right? Because they think, a lot of times people think, because the thing that you're doing, and because you're passionate about it, and it's like you actually using your thinking, okay? Because some people say, well, we all think. No, we don't. No, Linda. Don't say everybody think. Because some people are, remember what I said, The Walking Dead, the zombies. Remember what we talked about earlier today? The Walking Dead, the zombies, right? So some people are being told what to do, okay? They being told what to do and how to do it. So everybody don't think, all right? And in the words of Earl Nightingale, one of the things he said, if people actually did thought about what they was going to say before they said it, or thought about what they was doing, in many cases they would not do it, okay? But it's programming, okay? Is you like autopilot, right? If you're not aware of why you do certain things, like some people would say, I never smoke again. I ain't smoking again, and let circumstances hit their ass. Next minute they puff again. Okay, they smoking again. Why? Because it is a habit. Is the paradigm. It's the multitude of habits. It's something that they go to whenever it is they dealing with something. Okay, that's the escape mechanism. All right. And so the universe knew, it knew exactly, like, all right, we gonna set her up. Okay, we gonna set her up, she gonna be doing her dream, her rocking out to her passion. Okay, we gonna work with her. We gonna bring people all over the goddamn world. Okay, now she may get sidetracked at listening to people that she think that may know more, but she gonna come back. Okay, that's what the universe said. The universe said she gonna come back. Talking about me, of course. She gonna come back, and you know what? She gonna be more dedicated. She gonna be reading the books. Okay, she gonna be applying the knowledge, and she gonna do it. And you know what? We setting her up for goddamn success. That's what the universe said. The universe said, oh, and those people that was saying, why don't she get a job? This is what the universe said to me. The universe said, and it was speaking to itself too. And it was saying, don't those goddamn people know she got a job? Don't those people know that she rocking out to her gift? She rocking out to her purpose? How dare they? That's what the universe said. The universe said, how dare they tell her that she better get a job because they got a job and they don't even like their job? That's what the universe said. Okay? That's what it said to me. Okay? That's what it said to me. It said, they saying all this stuff about how she should do this and how she should do that, but they ain't even doing it. I said, God damn it, universe, you know what? You on to something here. You are on to something here. telling the same as eight people, and they telling you too. They telling you to do all X, Y, and Z. They telling you to stay in that non-going anywhere relationship, that dreadful relationship, that dead still ass relationship. Okay, and you just saying because you say, oh well, my mama told me so. But how's your mama relationship? And it's not to step on mama toes, but how's your mama relationship? Oh, they told me to stay here. But do they stay there? Okay? Do they stay there? You have to start looking at people's lives and say, well, you're telling me to do this, but are you doing it? You're telling me to do this, but are you doing it? Okay? I can't tell you to get the damn books if I, like, imagine that. I'm telling you, I'm saying, oh, go get these books, go get these books, go get these books. And you never see me pick up a goddamn book. Something in your mind should be like, why the fuck would I go get that book? She don't even read. She don't even read. I've never seen this girl pick up a book doing one got the all going video. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay. So if you are interested in getting this book, okay. Now I don't know if you could go to Thrift Books, okay, THRIFT, Thrift Books. Yeah, Thrift Books, okay. You could go to Thrift Books. I know on Thrift Books, the books stay a little inexpensive. I remember it saying cheap when I was a kid, and my father said, "You do not say is nothing that's cheap. You say inexpensive." Okay, so if you go to Thrift Books, it may be inexpensive. Okay, the Prosperity Bible. Okay, one of the things that I love what Wallace said in The Science of Getting Rich. One of the things he said about this in that book, he says, the money that you paid for this book, right? He was actually talking about his own book, okay? But he said the money you paid for the book, okay? And if you make thousands of dollars, even Wallace knew exactly the direction I was going in, okay? Thousands, millions, okay? He said, then the book, it was worth it. Okay, and that's the thing. Remember what I said, and I'm getting off here after this. Remember what I said, that money is energy. Okay, money is energy. Money is a tool. Okay, and so one of the things that you have to understand and realize is this: the money that you put out to invest in yourself, you will make that return back tenfold. But if you are a person that says, well, I got to keep every dime because, if you got that like scarcity lack mindset, right, then chances are you may not buy the books. Chances are you may not pay for the seminar. Chances are you may not pay for the coach. Chances are you may not do the work. Why? Because you have that scarcity lack mindset. And in all actuality, you're afraid that it's gonna work. I ain't gonna get into you. I ain't gonna say you afraid that that it may not work. I'm gonna say you afraid that it is gonna work. That's why you won't do it. Okay, I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you to get the book. I challenge you. I challenge you to do something different. I challenge you. I challenge you to stick to your word, to keep your commitment. I challenge you. Okay? And with that being said, it's been real. Okay? Oh my goodness. I said we was going to talk about this later. Okay? The 3 stages of creation. Honey done totally forgot about it. Okay? Maybe I'll come back on here later on tonight. Let me tell you something. Okay? If you a person that's like, I don't want to hear all I don't want to hear all the positivity. You just want to stay at that low vibration, right? And you just want to be the victim. Okay. You don't want to grow. You don't want to evolve. Honey, you might as well don't follow me. Okay, you might, if you subscribe to my channel, you might as well just unsubscribe now, because the videos that I'm gonna be dropping back to back to back, honey, and you know what? Sometimes when people feel a certain type of way, right? Like, say for instance, somebody could say something that is going against your programming, and you may stop listening to them because the programming is so strong, okay? But you stronger than it. But you may stop listening to them because you like, damn, they saying this or whatever it is like that. I'm not gonna listen, because sometimes you just want to stay there. Sometimes because you're afraid, okay? You afraid, and that is okay. That is okay for you to be a little fearful. But guess what? Okay? If you listen to the and it ain't gotta be mine, okay? You listen to any goddamn body, right? But when you listen to the personal development, you start reading the books, you start doing the work, you start looking at yourself, you start becoming aware of yourself, okay? Another great book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. You will hear me recommend that book several times, okay? But when you start doing, different things and stuff like that, what you are going to see is you will start overriding that belief system, okay? Now, you can say, and sometimes, you know what? Sometimes people just not ready. And that is okay too. That is okay. All right? Sometimes you just may not be ready. Okay? All right? Because you don't see it for yourself. And that's okay. All right? But if you're not ready and you don't want to do the work, honey, your life is going to continuously be the same. Okay? Now, I got to put some tags on this video. Okay? But keep on rocking out. Keep believing in yourselves. Okay? I'm going to be back on here later on tonight to do, and that's what I said, right? I said, I got 179 something videos, okay, to be monetized, because that's the purpose. I want to be monetized too. I want to be getting some of this money, okay? All right? I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? All right? I like me some money, okay? I do like some money, okay? And if I was on here saying no, honey, I would be lying, okay? I do like some money, okay? And so it's so funny because last night even I went through, something, and I was like, oh my goodness, I did a video on it because the fear came up for me. Okay. And here I done been reading the books and listening to and the fear came up for me. But you know what I did? Soon as I seen that my energy and my focus started going somewhere, I immediately turned on Bob Proctor. I immediately, after I got done cleaning the bathroom and doing the videos last night on here, I immediately started reading Psycho-Cybernetics. Immediately. And that's what I do. That's what and it's about you being aware of it. You being aware of this. Okay? And so, yeah, I see you good folks later on tonight. That was another thing. I said, the videos, 179, honey, the ideas just coming to me, flowing, growing. I was only supposed to be on here for a very short time. Okay, I didn't think that this video was going to be this long. I really didn't. I did not think that the video was going to be this long. I said, you know what? I just came in from Dollar Tree, okay? And I'm going to just do a video real quick. Okay. All right, family. So when you get started, the ideas will come to you. Don't overthink it, right? But you have to get started. You may want to start making content. Start making the content. Start making a video. Just make the video, okay? Just put yourself out there. Mel Robinson, she has this countdown thing, okay? And it's called, she says, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just put yourself out there, okay? Don't count the numbers up. Because if you count the numbers up, you're going to keep on damn counting them. But if you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn the camera on and you get started. Just get started. Don't overthink it. Okay? And it ain't got to be perfect. It ain't got to be perfect. You ain't got to have everything figured out. Some people, I got to have it all figured. No, you don't. You don't have to have it all figured out. It get figured out as you go. Okay? And so let me get to my favorite spot, my bed, okay? And let me read these books. And I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.